Thank you very much. Well, welcome to Evanston. I'm going to tell you the things that Wally and Sue forgot to tell you about 311. There's an impact 311 had on the mayor's office, which to me is very important. Before 311, I used to get calls, Mayor, I'm sorry to call you about this, but I've called so-and-so and so-and-so and so-and-so, and they didn't solve it, so now I'm calling you. So I would take the call and do the best I could, make 3 or 4 calls to city staff, try to get it sorted out, call the resident back, say, call me in a week if this isn't solved. And they'd say thank you, and I'd get another call, Mayor, I'm sorry to call you, but, and I'd handle the next one. I don't know how many of those calls I had, hundreds in a year, probably 1,000. And then Wally Bobkowitz came to town and said we needed 311. Well, I was concerned about affordable housing, I was concerned about health care, I was concerned about the homeless. I was not concerned about 311. And I thought, oh well, we're not spending any money on it, how bad can it be? So I said, okay, but I never really thought much of it, Wally. It seemed like a dumb way to spend a lot of staff time. But
well, thanks.
You're welcome. You're welcome. So I admit, you know, for once, never happened before, I was wrong. And it won't happen again, so no. But 311 cut down on all those, I'm sorry, Mayor, but it didn't stop the calls that aren't sorry that they're getting me, and I certainly get plenty of phone calls, but the ones that took the longest amount of time to find the right staff member and get the problem resolved, 311 handles all of those, and 311 handles all of them with a real person, and that's the face of the city of Evanston government. It's not the mayor. I mean, I meet a lot of people. I hope I help people to have faith in their city government. But 311 is really the face of the city of Evanston at this point. And it's a darn good face, too. So, Sue, thank you, and thank everyone who works at 311. The impact on the city has been even better than the impact on the mayor. And yes, we had a while when everybody wanted to talk to George and they couldn't understand why they couldn't get George. But then we had a time when everyone was happy with 311. And now, darn it, everyone's so used to 311, we kind of don't get any credit for it anymore. And people want more transparency in government. That's, you know, it comes in waves. So we had the anti-311, I want George, and the disgruntled mayor wondering why everyone was spending so much time on 311. Then we had a wave of everyone being happy with 311. Now everyone expects 311 to be there and be functioning. And we win awards for transparency in government, but that doesn't matter. People are always going to want more transparency in government. But I can guarantee you if we ever tried to take 311 away from the city of Evanston, there would be a revolution. So that's the part, Wally, you forgot about the history of 311. And the part Sue forgot, the Cubs are in first place. So
How are the White Sox doing?
My White Sox are in first place, too. And that's why I don't begrudge the Cubs their first place status. But congratulations, Sue, on getting a first place Cubs ticket. That's awesome. And why am I here now welcoming people to Evanston when I could have been at the Cubs game welcoming everybody to the Cubs game? I could have done that very well. I would have said it was almost as good as being at the White Sox game. But anyway. So in welcoming you to Evanston, I would like to point out that we are a terrific city because we have 311, definitely. Also, Northwestern University is part of Evanston, and proximity to Chicago, and we're on Lake Michigan. Although it's raining so much, you don't need to go look at a lake. You just look out the window. But we're also a terrific city because of our restaurants and our shops, and it would be, from my perspective, just terrible if you all didn't go shop in Evanston. So please check out our restaurants. We have nano breweries, we have micro breweries. So there's a lot in Evanston to go and see, and there's a lot of tax revenue that I need, so please feel free to go ahead and spend your money. And the last thing I would like to say about 311, I'm glad you're all here, but I would really, really like to thank Sue and all the people who work at 311 in Evanston, because they do a fabulous job. Thank you, Sue.